Hey, what's going on guys, Punav here and welcome to my first YouTube video. And I have found a ton of people taking selfies and photographing from their smartphones. So I have searched out top 5 camera applications for you to take better selfies and improve your smartphone photography experience. All of the applications are free. They are completely free of cost, user friendly, and I like them very much, using a lot. I use all of them. So be sure to check it out and let's jump into it. I'm sorry about the audio guys, my mic is not working properly. So although this video is about top 5 camera applications, but the number 6 goes to the stock camera. As being a stock camera, it never gives me a lag, it always works properly and I enjoyed photographing around it. But certainly it doesn't give you full control over the camera and not much effects. So there are very limited effects on this Samsung Galaxy Note 3. But apart from that, it's very good camera and I like using it. I'm sorry about the audio guys, my mic is not working properly. Okay, so getting into the real race, the top 5th camera app for me is the Mughal Gap. It's very simple, very minimal, but doesn't offer a ton of function. I'm sorry for that. I like the photosphere, panorama and the lens blur option in this. You can probably see this. Okay, so I love it. I love the panorama option. It goes very wide and works pretty much well. The stitching goes very perfect. The lens blur is good for creating micro shots, and you can also click photographs for just pressing one of the up or down volume button. So I use it. It's good for taking selfies. It pretty much focuses and uses a flash if needed. Of course you can select the flash, and it's good for taking selfies so that you can take selfies very easily with your friends without having a risk of falling your phone out of your hand. So it's free on Google Play Store, so you can definitely give it a check. If you like it, you can use it. I still use it, though I have other camera apps, and yep, that's all about it. Actually, I have got 2 camera apps for number 4. So if you are slightly gravitated towards selfies rather than taking photographs, so camera 51 is the camera for you, as I have just said it. It's specially for selfies. It just guides you to take good selfies, and it never worked properly for me. Basically all you have to do is put the cell phone into the box, or the box out of the cell phone, whatever you call it as, and it takes selfies automatically. As you can see, I am not doing anything. I have just hold my phone, I have just maintained the grip on it, and it takes selfies automatically, and there is no smile shutter or anything like that, and volume button does not act as a shutter button for this camera app, and it doesn't got any effect or its own camera gallery. So you have to use any other photo editor or your own stock camera gallery app for viewing all your photos, and it's pretty good. I enjoy using it, but I don't use it for selfies. It's worth mentioning for this video, so I did. Be sure to check it out. It's still very good app. It got a very good skin, and yep, that's all about it. Okay, the second one, number 4, is the Power Cam. As the name goes, it's pretty powerful camera app for taking good photos, and the main thing I like about it is you can just swipe around to change the filters. I'm sorry for that. To change the filters, and it got touch shutter so that you can just touch the screen to take any photo, or you can just use the volume down or up button to just capture a photo. It takes a little time to load, but it's a very good camera app, so I use it. I use it specially for creating collage and picture collage, and it's very powerful for creating that. Editing photos in this camera app is not very enjoyable or very good, I can say it, but still it's a very good camera app and I use it a lot. You can just change the effect and you got the same effects as you got the rear camera effect in the selfie mode. Basically nothing more to talk about it, but I enjoy using a lot. It's a very good camera application, it's free, be sure to check it out. So yep, definitely deserves a try. And it also got other camera apps. Sorry for that, my mobile is ringing. It got other camera options such as selfie timer, so that you can select a timer to click and it will click automatically after the time goes. And it also detects for smile for clicking selfies. So if I smile at it, it detects my face, and if I smile at it, and it will click a photograph of me. Let me check it out. So my smile is not pretty good, so I don't think it would detect it. So most of the time it works, but the light source is correctly right behind me, so I don't think it will work for me now. Yep, it just clicked a photo and it's not as good as it looks, but yep, this is a pretty powerful camera app, and if you collage your photos, then this is the best camera app for you. As you can collage a ton of photos over here. Let me show you just an example. This is a typical view, but you can also go free, or you can do any type of silly things with your photos. Just go mess around with it. It's very beautiful, very decent looking camera app. So I also use it a lot, and I am definitely gonna use it in future again. Okay, the number 3 goes to Tandy Camera. I guess this camera application is specially for girls. So girls, if you're watching my video, so just be sure you check this camera app out. It's very decent and very clean themed camera app. You can just click anywhere on the screen to just take a photo, and it optimizes the exposure also, as I just now found it. And you can also use the volume key to just you can also use the volume key as the shutter button. So if you are scared not to fail, not to drop your phone down, so you can just use it. You can also use the exposure toggle to correct the exposure, and you can just swipe to change the filters, and it doesn't got any special editing options except the effects you use. When you click the photo itself, there are some of the camera app which gives both of the editing option as well as photography options around it, but I don't use this app pretty much as I use others. My sister used this app and she told me to mention this for girls if you are watching this video. So I did my work, and it's pretty good app. My sister uses this a lot. She enjoys using this, and basically it's a very nice app. So check it out. It's free on the Google Play Store. Okay, for number 2, as the saying goes, beauty in simplicity. Be 612 or 612 or 612, whatever you call it as. It's a pretty good camera app for just taking photographs. You can just swipe down to change the camera. I mean, just swiping the camera, and swipe up for extra settings, swipe around to just change the effects. You can click photos for with this volume key, up or down, both of them will do. You can just double tap after the photo you took to just delete it, tap to click. So it didn't waste the memory. You can, as you just see the photo after you click. So sorry about the script, guys, I didn't write any script, so I am just if you think I am talking anything rubbish, so just understand. It also got shuffle button, so that you can just randomly go through the effects, and you can also see all the effects on the one side. You can also give the effects your favorite mode, so that it does offers you, it does comes to the top. and you can remember it. Yes, this is my favorite effect. So in all, it's a very simple app. I enjoy using it sometimes. Okay, the number one, and there are basically two number one. So the number one first goes to the camera, as you can see here. I have just zoomed in for you to just see the spelling. It's actually CYMERA. So getting right into it, this camera offers a ton of functions. Let me just open the app. Okay, so this camera offers a ton of functions, and it's a very powerful camera application. I guess especially for selfies, and it has very cool sound effects, and the skin is also pretty nice. As you can, I guess you can listen the sound. It got a very cool sound effects, and you can also use the side button as your shutter button, and it works pretty much well. So you cannot use that. You can use side button for the zoom, and it got a ton of editing options for your photos. I will just click a selfie and I will just show you. Yeah, I got it. So it basically takes your face, and it gives a ton of options. As you go into the beauty mode, you have the option to enlarge your eyes so that you can look like a gigantic alien. You can just make your smile slightly bigger. You can just slim up your face. This liquidify option is for you to just edit your photos a bit, or you can just I don't know what to call it as. You can just use it for just liquidifying your photos. And my sister told me to mention this concealer option. I don't know what is concealer, but I found it works pretty well, and yeah, it basically did work properly. It just remove all the blackheads and pimples. Means just come on, nobody is perfect at a personal level, so just it removes all those. And there's also a whitening option, and again softening hair, and all those makeup and all this stuff. It also got some good effects, also some light effects and filters. You can also correct the saturation, contrast, brightness, auto levels, and a ton of more stuff. And this app doesn't have any words. I use it a lot, my sister uses it a lot. It just gives you the option to modify all your face and look like an alien. Just kidding, that don't take it very seriously. I like using this app. I use this app a lot, my sister uses this app a lot. So it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, that's all about it. Okay, the number one camera app goes to Camera 360. It deserves being on number one position. I use it more than 2 years, and I really enjoy using it a lot. There are a ton of effects. The effect store is fully loaded with effects, and there is now also a special selfie option for this camera, so that you can take selfies very quickly. Same here, you can also use the volume up or the down button for taking selfies, and it gives a preview of your photo, and it gives option to save it, rather if you want to save it or not, just in case you should not fill your memory with all the unwanted photos. And camera on this is very simple. You can just swipe through, change the filters. You can just I'm not probably able to see it. Yep. You can just swipe from the bottom right corner to get all these extra settings, such as adjusting the focal length, focal level I should say, the white balance, the ISO, the exposure, and the sharpness of your photo. And yep, it's a very good camera app, very simple, very decent. And there is also option so that you can use this volume rocker for your just zooming in or zooming out, or just use as your regular capture button. Aside from that, there are also many cameras such as Selfie Camera, the audio camera which records audio along with the camera. If you are having a Sony portable lens, you can also use this camera app for that. It's compatible with it. There's also a tilt shift camera with it. Color splash. The color splash works very well on it. As you can see, that stuff thing is of orange color. So if I select orange, only orange color will come up, and it selects only the orange color. Rest all is in black and white. So it's very creative camera app, and I like using it. It deserves being at a number one position. It's good for selfies. It's good for normal photography. It's good for editing photos. It also has its own gallery. The effects are very decent. Skin is very user friendly, and yep, it's only 33 MB. It's free. Be sure to check it out. There's also a new update. I haven't updated it yet. I'm definitely gonna do that now as I stop recording this video. So yep, that's all about it. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.